This is Hamishi, the fifth reading of our weekly Torah portion of Chayei. The fifth portion of this week's Parsha, Hamishi, is found in Genesis chapter 24, verse 53 through verse 67. It's 15 verses, starting with verse 53. Vayotzei ha'eved klei kesef uchlei zahav ubegadim vayiten l'Rivka umigdanot natan le'achia ule'ima. And the servant took out silver articles and gold articles and garments, and he gave them to Rebekah, and he gave delicacies to her brother and to her mother. ויאכלו וישתו הוא ואנשים אשר עמו וילינו ויקומו בבוקר ויאמר שלחוני לאדוני. And they ate and drank, he and the men who were with him, and they lodged. And they arose in the morning, and he said, Send me away to my master. ויאמר אחיה ואימה תשב הנערה itanu yamim o asor acher telech. And her brother and her mother said, Let the maiden stay with us a year or 10 months, afterwards she will go. Vayomer alehem al te'acharu oti v'Adonai hitzliach darki shalchuni v'elcha l'Adoni. But he said to them, Do not delay me, since the Lord has made my way prosper. Send me away, and I will go to my master. Vayomru nikra lena'ara v'nish'ala et piha. And they said, Let us call the maiden and ask her. Vayikru l'Rivka vayomru eleha Hatilchi im ha'ish hazeh v'tomer elech. And they summoned Rebekah, and they said to her, Will you go with this man? And she said, I will go. Vayishalchu et Rivka chutam v'et menikta v'et Eved Avraham v'et anashav. So they sent away Rebekah their sister, and her nurse, and Abraham's servant and his men. Vayivarchu et Rivka v'yomru la, Achotenu, at hayi le'alfei revava, vayirash zar'ech et sha'ar sinav. And they blessed Rebekah and said to her, Our sister, may you become thousands of myriads, and may your seed inherit the cities of their enemies. Vatakam Rivka v'naroteha vatirkavna al hagamalim vaterechna acharei ha'ish v'ikach ha'eved et Rivka v'yelech. And Rebekah and her maidens arose and rode on the camels, and they followed the man. And the servant took Rebekah and left. V'yitzchak bo mibo be'er lachai ro'i u'hu yoshev be'eretz hanegev. Now Isaac was on his way, coming from Be'er lachai ro'i, and he dwelt in the land of the south. Vayitzei Yitzchak lasuach basadeh lifnot arev vayisayna vayar v'hinei gimalim ba'im. And Isaac went forth to pray in the field towards the evening, and he lifted his eyes and saw, and behold, camels were approaching. Vatisa Rivka et einea, vatere et Yitzchak, vatipol me'al hagamal. And Rebekah lifted her eyes and saw Isaac, and she let herself down from the camel. says tipol means to fall. So the way they translate it here is that she let herself down. That's one way of saying it, but it literally means to fall off her camel, so maybe she fell off. Hard to say. Anyway. Vatomer el ha'eved mi ha'ish halazeh ha'holech basadeh likratenu vayomer ha'eved hu adoni vatikach hatzaif vatitkas. And she said to the servant, "Who is that man walking in the fields toward us?" And the servant said, "He is my master." And she took the veil and covered herself. Vayisaper ha'eved liyitzchak et kol ha'devarim ha'asher asa. Okay. 65 was, and she said to the servant, "Who is that man walking in the fields towards us?" And the servant says, "He is my master." And she took the veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. And Isaac brought her to the tent of Sarah his mother, and he took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was comforted for the loss of his mother.